You ready now?
I mean, I only come out here to hear the song. And,
Well, you can fucking play that on the radio.
well, that's not the same. I'd like to start this podcast by saying Daniel's still a bitch
Why is that?
because he wouldn't come podcast again.
That's right. He was supposed to be here again today, and Mike, but they aren't here.
They're doing family stuff.
We have a special guest today that you will see shortly. This person is not here yet, and so when he gets here, he's just going to come right through this door and sit down and not know what's going on.
He's going to smell real bad.
Probably. But he's a teenager anyway, and he's been outside, so we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, so yeah, I told you I was going to give you the Gene update. Gene is our grandfather that's hanging on. And then Joseph had a funny idea that, actually, I don't guess this is really funny.
Yes.
Because we discussed, like, when he dies, like, don't call. I was going to text you. So that's what I kind of landed on. I was just going to text you and let you know that when he dies. But then you mentioned it a second ago. This is probably one step further than that I'll have you on the podcast to announce to you when he dies. So he may die, like, you know, in a day or two. And then, like, when you come over a week later is when I'll tell you on here.
By the way, he gone.
Is that sickening to people?
Probably, but remember, everybody else is sensitive.
They are sensitive.
I'd say they're normal.
Yeah, they're normal.
They have normal emotions about people in their family dying.
Well, Gene, he's been, the past few weeks, he's been all swollen up, which he looks like he's gained 40 pounds because he was a twig there for a while, and now he's all like swollen up. So we saw that with our grandmother, you know, and it's because of heart failure. And so he demanded to go to the hospital today. So Nikki took him up there and giving him blood and all that, but they don't think he's got too much longer, so they're going to start doing hospice care. So there's that.
Oh,
So he's alive.
that's all right.
When you hear the word hospice, though, you think that, like, hey, it's over. But hell, they were talking about giving him hospice care like 3 years ago when he was living here. So it's like hospice care is like the new 40s, I guess. Or whatever they say.
No, I think hospice care. Hey, this is it's getting close.
Well, they're just saying you just make him comfortable. I mean, what else can you do? I mean, you can't just keep taking him to the doctor for all the things when his body's shutting down. He's 93.
But he's still going to want to go to the doctor for it.
You're exactly right about that. He demanded to go to the hospital. He doesn't have it in his mind yet that what is to come.
Because he's going to live forever in his head.
Yeah, he may think that, but if I'm him, no, I can't say that because I don't know what it's like. I guess you spend 93 years holding on to living. You don't want to just give up.
I mean, he's got to just be so bored.
Well, every time I go and see him, he's just looking at the TV. He's not even watching. It's like not even on. He's just looking at it, or he's sitting there with his head down, or he's just laying in his bed looking at the ceiling. It's like,
boring.
Yeah, so like if we were on our deathbed, at least, you know, be like, hey, let me look at some reels, or let me check out I can watch some YouTube while I'm doing it. It's like he's just replaying like maybe all the women that he's banged in his head, you know, over the years.
In his RV, when he was traveling around.
Probably 80 years of you know, being a playa, thinking about all those times. I mean, that's probably a lot of footage he's got rolling around in his head, but I don't know.
Can't do anything with it, though.
No, he certainly can't. But anyway.
You text me earlier and you're like, wait, what did you say? I was driving, so I didn't respond the way that I would.
Well, what I really said, you probably don't need to say on here.
No, I'm going to read the first part. Gene talking about checking out in the next 2 weeks, and I'll be like, is he leaving the Pearl? Like, is he going to hop in his Equinox and drive around? Or?
No, well, he's like, I think that. Well, at first listen to that, you think, okay, well, he's
tired of being in the hospital. He's going to go home for a little while.
Well, what it is one of the women there that takes care of him, he found out she's retiring in a couple weeks, so that he's lost his will to live because of a woman he's only known for a few months. So
that's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. I feel I don't want to say I feel bad because I don't really feel too bad, but you know, if this was like you, I'd feel a little bit bad about it.
Oh, I'm glad you would feel a little bit bad about it.
Or, you know, anybody that I know in my normal everyday thing.
Someone who's not 93 years old and has lived a good life.
He's lived a long life. I don't know that I want to live to 93, but again, I say that, but I might be 90 and be like, I got years left to live in my head.
Nope. I still stand by it. I turn 80 as heroin and cocaine every day.
Well, by then we may be like part robot anyway, so it'd be all right.
I don't know. No,
you say that, but look, I was thinking about this today. Actually, I think about this all the time, but I was really thinking about it today. Think about the time that we live in.
I agree.
Think about, we were born in the 80s. So we've seen, I mean, we're not old. I mean, we're old to like the standards of kids today, but look at all the shit that's happened between the 80s and now, even in a technology sense.
Well, yeah.
I mean, so wouldn't you think that we're in our 40s now, so in even 10 years or 15 years, like we'd be walking around like robots, don't you think?
I mean, I'll take a robot arm.
Yeah, but that's the problem. I think that we're naturally supposed to die at a certain age because it's like, all right, enough of this. It's time to move on to whatever's next. But people want to live forever. I don't know that I want to be like, hey, just put me in a new body and I'll just continue to live.
Well, they're not going to fix our brains. We're still going to be old and senile. We're going to be senile with robot arms.
Yeah, but you know, they'll have cures to all that. They probably already do have cures to all that. Don't even get me started on all that shit because it just makes me mad to think about that. They probably have cures to all of those things, cancer and everything, but it doesn't make any money having a cure to it. And it's probably something stupid like a wild strawberry root or something like that. I was reading that like dandelion roots like cure cancer or Alzheimer's or something. I don't remember what it was, but then I was thinking, I was like, that's funny because I'm in the business of killing all of the dandelions so people can have nice yards and turf treatment. So
dandelion root.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah, whatever works.
I guess so. So anyway, I guess he's doing about the same as last time we talked.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels like over the last few years, it's just the same update over and over again. I don't think he has much longer to go.
I know, but
and then in 3 days, that motherfucker's gonna live forever.
But the problem with it is you're disconnected from it. I'm in the midst of taking care of him, and Nikki is taking care of him. We're the ones that he calls actually he doesn't even call anymore. Which reminds me, I need to cancel his phone service since he hasn't used it since I gave it to him. He just tells the nurses at the Pearl to call us, or they'll email us or something, you know.
They gonna email you? He gone?
No, they're probably gonna call us and try to gently give us the news, and then I'm gonna have to be like, "Oh, Mom, that's so awful," and pretend like I feel really bad about it. People that don't know us, they're gonna really
they're gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, y'all are heartless motherfuckers.
Yeah,
we are.
We are. But here, now that we got that out of the way, we can show you a little why we are heartless and fucking don't have any feelings. I forgot about it last time we were doing a pod, but we need to have this episode will be dedicated to Nathan.
Yes, because I didn't forget about it.
I did. Nathan died on October 8th of 21. So we're a few days late. It's the 16th, but... Or, 8 days late.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of him today, thinking of some memories of him and thinking about how he's always trying to pull one over on somebody. Got any stories about that?
Nope.
About Nathan trying to pull one over on somebody?
Everything Nathan did was trying to pull one over on somebody.
That's true.
Literally everything.
I remember the reason that I got into landscaping is because... he had that landscape business.
Oh, I'm aware.
And I remember he used to send me out to do like all the weed eating while he's just on a mower and doing all that, which was fine. And I knew what was going on at the time. But then like when I started LSI, I had the same shit happen where like the people that are in charge always send you out on the weed eater. And I predict that when our guest gets here, he's going to say the same thing happens to him.
I remember when Nathan had his landscape business, I was like 13 or 14 and he's like, "You want to make some money?" I'm like, "Sure." So we go to this house that he had done some work on, and I don't know, I guess he had to think of mulch that he needed to load into the truck. And he just gave me a shovel and said, start shoveling this into the truck. I'm like,
Yeah.
can I have a pitchfork? No, you know, a shovel. It's like, okay, cool. I'll do this while you go do whatever. No, that motherfucker sat down in a chair and watched me do it.
I mean, that's
And then he paid me with a old ass TV that didn't work.
That's exactly how he would do. You know, I was thinking about we've discussed him having that accident when he was 17 on here, but I don't think we talked much about like when he broke his back. So he had a really bad run, and so
Life.
Yeah, but it's like
he was injury. He took all the injury. Well, you fucked it all up whenever you fucked your feet up. But
he finally got a job and he was working for Brinks Home Security. And so they'd have to run lines for security systems. In this particular neighborhood that he was working in was a new build neighborhood. So all the houses were not occupied and they were in the middle of building them. So he was at this house and he worked at Brinks for a couple years, which was always
that was an impressive run.
An impressive run because he never really worked, or he always found some kind of way of like getting some kind of money. He would have some kind of, the best way to describe it, he's always looking for a get rich quick scheme.
Yes.
That was like how he lived his whole life. And so anyway, so he's working at Brinks and he's at this house and he's pulling wire, installing the security systems. And then he went up into an attic and he had to do something up there. And so, you already know this story, but I'm just telling it. But
I'm just listening.
But you know how the attics pull down? Yeah. So it has like this frame that wasn't bolted in.
So he tried to go, he went in the attic from a different access point.
Yes.
And then he tried to go down the steps.
And he fell through and landed on his back and broke it.
Yes.
And that fucked him up for a good while.
Yeah. I mean, he broke everything.
I was trying to think
at some point in his life.
While I was telling that story, I was trying to think of what he did for money between high school and there. He's just working these odds and ends jobs. He worked at the golf club of Tennessee there for a while. But anyway, he broke his back and it was like a legitimate, like he really fucked it up. I remember that I had to take care of his dumb ass for months because he couldn't wipe his own ass. And if I ever have to get to the point where I got to wipe your ass, I don't know that I'm going to sign up for that. So your wife can take care of that.
That's the intention.
Luckily, well, Nathan wasn't married at the time or anything, so he didn't have a wife or anybody to take care of him. He had this one girlfriend that he was dating that helped every now and then. But it's me and the old man that did all that. But you're on your own on that one. I'm retired from that. And I expected that to be the same for me.
I told Caitlin once, I was like, I just need you to know that when I die, I don't want Tim to do anything.
Yeah, I've had plenty. I've got plenty of experience. Maybe I need to go get a job as like a caretaker.
Oh, no, I have shit already taken care of to where nobody actually has to do anything.
Well, that's good. So anyway, he breaks his back. He recovers it. It's like a years long process. And he was never right even after that, just like he was never right from when he fucked his head up or his face up. And so he ends up suing everybody. He sued the contractor company that was building the houses. This was a big one, like a Regent Homes. I'm not saying that it was, but like that level, it was a big company. He sued the city. He sued the state. He sued the people that he was working with. He sued Brinks. He sued everybody. I mean, he was like Oprah out there. You're getting sued. You're getting sued. Everybody's getting sued.
You get a lawsuit.
And so the lawyers are hyping the shit up. I mean, this was a good case. I mean, if you're going to fuck yourself up, this is a way to do it. If you have to deal with it. This is like an
approved, a ladder that's approved for use that was never nailed in.
Yeah. I mean, this is like, textbook, like you can't get out of this one.
This was the only time in his life when he had a legit case.
Yeah. Yes. His get rich quick scheme happened to him with no intention of it happening.
Oh, well, look at that.
So he sues everybody. And so, all that kind of stuff takes a long time and they end up settling. And so Nathan ended up having to give more than half of it to the lawyers, but he walked away with that. He walked away with about $300,000 or $400,000 from that, from that situation.
That's how he bought his. That's how he built that house.
It may have even been it may have even been $500,000.
But he could burn some money.
He burned through some money, which I get it. It's easy to burn through money if you have it. But
I don't know. I never have any money.
well, it's like let's just use something as simple as like people getting their tax refunds. It's like, you got a few $1,000s, that shit goes like immediately. Yeah. It's easy to go through money quickly. Anyway, so he gets this money. He did some of the right things. He put some money away.
He built that house.
First he bought a house in Murfreesboro.
That's right. That's what he did.
He bought a house in Murfreesboro and he lived out there. That's where he met his ex-wife, Kate. He didn't meet her and she was immediately his ex-wife. It's like after years of fucking that up, and then she became his ex-wife.
Remember when he bought the gas station?
Well, that's a fun. We'll get into that one in a second. So he put some money away. He burned the shit. He just burned through some money. He was living off that money for a while, but not as long as he could have lived on it. So he did that. He built a house out in Kingston Springs. And I don't know, I'm probably fucking up half this story, which Kate could probably give us a better understanding of how all that happened. But then, so he's like losing his mind in all of this. He's just starting to get more and more crazy.
Yes.
Just not crazy like psychotic, just loopy. Loopy's a good term for it. Just like
very conspiracy theory.
And I'm very conspiracy theory. Don't get me wrong. I love a good conspiracy theory, but I also am grounded in life and knowing like, okay, it's fun to go down those rabbit holes, but you got to reel yourself in and take care of business.
I mean, the prime example was he thought that COVID was a conspiracy and then he died of COVID.
Well, yeah. And I'm not 100% sure that COVID wasn't a conspiracy.
I don't think it was a conspiracy theory.
COVID is like the least of his conspiracy things that he thought of. He's just loopy in all of it. But like I said, you got to ground yourself and then, get up in the morning and go to work, do that. He just wasn't doing that. He would not do all of those things.
No, he never had a 9-to-5 job.
When I think about him now, I think about how this is what always sticks out in my mind.
Thank you for getting that hair.
Kate was always, Kate and Nathan always had Christmas over at their house. They wanted to host it, which was fun. And this time, I think we got some pictures of that particular event as one that you showed up at because Joseph never came to the family events.
Because I was always working. I worked in retail. It was open on holidays.
That's true. But I'll never forget, like, Kate would do all the work to get the house ready, clean up, got the decorations, Christmas tree, all that kind of stuff. And we would walk in with the family, and I'd go and talk to Nathan. I'd be like, everything looks really nice. What all of this did you do? He's like, I'm on coffee duty. What do you mean coffee duty? Look, here's our special guest.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Jackson.
Jack, have a seat and listen to our story here.
We're talking about Uncle Nathan.
Oh, dear. This should be fun.
So to catch you up, we're celebrating Nathan today because he died. He died this in October several years ago. So anyway,
just some time ago.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So he told me, he said, my job is to make the coffee, make sure the coffee's full. And in that moment, I realized that he's just completely gone. That his wife thinks that he's only capable of handling making sure the coffee's full and that people have coffee. I mean, it was a very small thing and it's laughable, but like that was the moment that I was like, he's just too far gone to help.
Have I ever told you about, so he bought a gas station out in Kingwood?
No, it was out in East Tennessee.
Somewhere out in East Tennessee.
What was it called? Do you remember when Nathan bought a gas station out there?
I did not know this happened.
So he bought a gas station. It had a little apartment on it. So it was far away, but he was still living in Kingston Springs. So he just basically lived up there at the gas station that didn't make money, didn't do anything. But I went to see it one time.
Hold on before you, because your story, we got to explain this gas station a little bit more.
All right.
Now, this is backwoods, Tennessee, backwoods, East Tennessee. All the people, it's a type of situation where all the people know each other. It's a situation where drugs are running through there. This is in the height of the opioid epidemic. And so Nathan was always telling me about how all these drugs and drug dealers and everybody's running drugs through there. And these people are like psychotic about their drugs.
Yeah, it's out near Oak Ridge.
Yeah.
It's not Oak Ridge. It's like Kingswood or Kingsport or something like that. It's
I don't remember what the name of it is, but this place is sketchy.
yes.
And so he buys this gas station because part of him falling off is he's gotten in with all the Indians, not Native Americans, but Indian people, where they
Their
like
culture and everything. He was into it. He went to India, became a vegetarian.
he was into all that because he kind of had a mentor. And I get it, you get mentors, you whatever.
But Nathan was gullible.
Nathan, yes, that was the problem. Is Nathan was very gullible in it, and he ate it up. And on top of his conspiracy theory mind, he's just lost it. So he buys this gas station. This is going to revive him. This is going to bring him back to life. He gets this gas station. He's working out there, so it's only him in there working. And like Joseph said, there was an apartment on the back of it, which was a pretty decent size apartment. But the idea was that he would go out, that he would get it going, and then he would come home and be with his family. But he ended up just staying out there all the time, which anybody that starts a business should know that it's never just like, hey, I'm going to get it going for a few weeks, hire somebody to do it, and then I'm just going to roll in the dough. So that never happened.
So I went out to see it once. And I didn't even go out to see it. I borrowed his truck from him one time, and he took my car back. And then the plan was I would bring his truck back out there and drive my car back. Well, my friend Taylor and I went out there to get my car, take him his truck back, and we pull in. He has a little carport. We pull into the carport.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, come in. You know how Nathan gets it. He's like, I want to show you all of my things. So Taylor and I go in there, and they're like, yeah, this is.
What was weird is like he's very accommodating, but it was in a sense of like, look at all of what I have.
Yes.
Type of thing.
Yes. And so it's like, look at all this stuff. Have a seat. Y'all want a drink? You know, I don't really have anything, but if you want something, you know, I can cook some dinner real quick. I'm like, no, it's like 9:00 at night. We're good. We're gonna go home. He's like, he wanted to show me a gun.
Oh God.
And so Taylor and I are sitting on the couch, and he pulls out this gun, and he's trying to show it to us.
What kind of gun was it?
It was a little revolver, a little .357 revolver.
All right.
And I was looking for it when he died. I never found it. He had it somewhere. I assume where it went. But so he's like showing, and he shoots it on accident.
Was it loaded and everything?
Yes.
Not the safety or anything.
And it shoots between me and Taylor. It goes through the wall and into his truck bed.
What did he say after he shot it?
He said, "Oh shit, that thing's loaded."
Yeah, he could have shot you in the face.
I mean, it went between us. It was the only time I've ever been scared of a gun. I love guns. Only time I've ever been scared of a gun. And it's dark outside. He's like, I want to find the bullet. I'm like, how about you put it down? And he's out there with a flashlight. You can see where it went to the side of the truck bed. Taylor's like, dude, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Like we gotta go right now. This is not okay.
It's probably because he was always high all the time too.
Yes.
He's always high, especially out there. So I think that he was on pills out there and probably high because he used to smoke weed all the time. But you know, when all that ended, that was like a 3 year stint.
He just left it.
Well, the story of that is the old man called me and he said, "Hey, I need your help. I got Rockwood."
Yes.
Rockwood's where it was. He says, "I need you to go up to Rockwood with me. We got to get Nathan and bring him home." And I was in the middle of doing something. Maybe, I don't know, Nikki may have been pregnant with Jack at the time. I don't remember exactly what the circumstances
No,
was.
because Evans was alive whenever he was up there.
Yeah, that might be true.
I think she was just a baby.
Something was going on, and I was like, I can't go up there. And he was like one of those urgent old man things where he just hung up, didn't explain anything. So the old man goes out to Rockwood, drives out there. They take trash bags. I don't know if you remember at Nathan's house afterwards, he had all those trash bags of just shit in his garage. It's like candy bars. And it's just
He just emptied the inventory.
It was the inventory. They took all the inventory and left that place there. And he came home. And the old man thinks, and Nathan never told us what the reason of why he did that. But the old man said that he thought that Nathan had stirred something up.
Yes.
Either he slept with somebody's woman, or it was a drug, like some kind of drug situation.
I mean, it was like one day Dad was like, yeah, he just left it. He's like the investment and everything. He just left.
Yeah, left it. Well, because I think that he was buying it. That was actually because I talked to Kate the other day because we were talking about this whole Evans thing and Nathan's wrapping up his estate. But I think that was what was because she thought that the farm was like he was buying it from somebody, but it was like that Rockwood gas station that he bought from somebody, and it was like he was paying them directly, and
Like rent to own.
yeah, rent to own type situation. That's why he just upped and left it, because I guess he didn't have any more. You know, it's not like he was way connected to it. He was way connected in the fact that he bought all the inventory that was in there.
Brought that shit back with him.
It was filled his garage for several years. I'd go over there and be like, "You want a candy bar?" I'm like, "No, I don't want a candy bar. Those things are like 2 years old."
You want a candy bar, little boy?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Also, I did not know he did drugs. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh yeah, Nathan fucked up.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but
I mean, but he was just as emotionally fucked up as you and me. We were all real fucked up.
He was more emotional than we were, but he wasn't as dead inside as we are. But I think that he tried to be. He tried to hide it. He's pretty emotional. I'll never forget. I felt really bad. I don't know. I probably shouldn't even be saying this on here, but when
Here we are.
when the old man died, like he lost his shit on the phone to him because he wasn't able to be there. Here, we'll pause it right here. So he like it was during COVID, so he wasn't able. Nobody was able to go in and see the old man. So he was saying his goodbyes to him on the phone, and so I had to hold the phone up to the old man's ear, and I was like. I think that eventually, like when they were going to let him go, like we were all able to go up there, and then everybody had a minute themselves.
But he didn't go.
But he didn't go up there.
Whenever Dad died, they did let me. They let me and Nathan come up there, but Nathan refused. He said, "I don't want to see him that way. That's not how I want to remember him." He also wouldn't go see his body at the funeral.
I was going to say that too.
But he said that had something to do with his religion thing and how that's not how they want to remember people or something like that.
Well, I didn't know that. But one of the worst things I ever experienced, and we saw everybody in our family die, but I felt so bad when I had to put that phone up to old man's ear and just listening to Nathan wail on there. I was like, I feel like shit. I'm awful.
I mean, honestly, for the longest time now, when Dad came to work at LSI and was working with you, you and he got real close. But our whole life, him and Nathan have always been real close.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. That's fun. I thought that he just didn't like. I noticed that when we were at the funeral home, he kept avoiding the old man.
He told me he wouldn't go. He told me he wasn't going to go see him. I'm like, you need to go see him. I'm like, Julio's up there. You haven't moved this whole time. You can go see your dad. And he's like, no, that's not how I saw him. I said what I needed to say to him before he died. I didn't need to see him die, and I don't need to see him dead.
I mean, there's something to that because I don't disagree at all.
Hey, if that and a lot of things that Nathan does, I never agreed with. I always thought he was crazy, and he and I never really got along all that great. But I respect the way he treated death and the way he treated Dad's death and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's like once you see it after a while, I think the first time I ever saw anybody dead was Dick, Unal's husband, after Gene. And I remember thinking, I was like, I don't want to remember him like this. But what was really funny is like Unal and all the families like out there with, like their little Kodak cameras. This is before they were on the phones. They're like taking pictures of his dead body. And I'm like, that feels like, probably shouldn't be doing that.
Are you going to frame it and put it on the wall?
I know. It was always
a whole room full of them.
It was always so weird, but no, I get it completely. You don't want to remember somebody like that. And I think that I remember, anybody like that, like open casket funerals. Here, you guys here on here, do whatever you want with me, but don't give me some stupid open casket funeral.
I was going to light you on fire.
I wasn't going to give you a funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good protocol for the Hollises.
I mean, Caitlin knows I don't need all that shit. I don't give a fuck. I mean, technically that's for the living and for them to say their goodbyes. Look, everybody I know is basically here except for my wife.
Goodbye.
I did have
We'll holler.
I did have a revelation when I was driving to work earlier this week. This was on Monday. I was driving to work, and immediately it popped into my head about Gene, And this is what we're going to do. I've
Oh,
decided.
Go ahead.
Gene wanted to be buried at one of our plots at Harpeth Hills. And his reasoning is nobody will go see me if he's not.
Well, nobody's going to go see him if he is.
I know. And what I decided is I was like, you know what? No, he's going out there with the old man with the rest of his family. And that's just the way it's going to be. But my revelation on Monday on the way into work was, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do what he did because we did that for the old man.
Yes.
We did the right thing because
that's what Dad wanted.
And so this is what Gene wants. So that's what we're going to put him right there beside the old man fake grave.
Does he know it's a fake grave?
No.
No, there are only two people that don't know that it's a fake grave. Well,
Bobby.
Bobby,
There's flowers over there on that thing. So somebody's
he
going to
should
visit
know
him.
because he got pissed off at him one night on the phone and told him. That was amazing.
Yeah.
But he won't listen. He can't hear anyway, but no, Bobby doesn't have a clue.
Old Bobby.
But anyway, we're going to obey Gene's wishes because I was
Well, that's
thinking
good because I wanted to obey Gene's wishes.
well, it struck me as like, you know, we went through all that to hide the old man going out to Iron City to bury him out there. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that to Gene because this is what he wanted. And again, our kids like you, Jack, and like when you guys have kids, the old man will be a wonderful story to tell how he's buried over here, but he's, you know, that's a great story. And we'll leave Gene over there. Well, why is great grandpa Gene over here, but not? It's like
With the rest of the Hollisons.
you get to figure it out. It's kind of like a quest.
So you know they do.
puzzle.
You know the historians of the Hollis family. They're in 150 years. They're gonna be going through all this and be like, they're gonna have to find this podcast from when we told the dad story on one of your first podcasts.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, oh, and if you reference this podcast, this is what tells you where Freeman H. Hollis is actually buried.
Yeah.
It's like national treasure.
We'll make it like national treasure for everybody to find. So anyway, that kind of kills two birds with one stone. We talked about Nathan.
I mean, it was going to be a good excuse to go to Iron City to see Dad and bury Gene out there. But
Yeah. We talked about Nathan, and it's spooky season, so we talked about death. Now Jack has joined us.
I'm
Jack?
here.
hello, Jack.
Please entertain us now.
Yes.
Hi.
How was work today?
It was all right. I mean, we were just pruning all day. You know, Pedro called me gay as he usually does.
Okay, that's fair.
That's reasonable. Yeah. What?
I mean, both of you, while you're here with your nice, luscious locks.
Do you want me to let it down?
Yeah, let it down. Show everybody.
Mine
You
was
can take your headphones
mine
off.
was braided on the way here, but I took them out on the way here.
Let's see whose is longer.
It's probably mine.
I don't know that Jack's cut his hair in a long time.
It's been at least 2 years.
I've trimmed mine a couple times because
Exactly.
Well,
Mine's curly too.
when I
so
go
if
get my
there-
beard trimmed, I just have them trim mine a little bit.
I need to brush my hair more. That's what I need to do because this hurts.
Yeah, that'd probably be good if
you brush it every morning while you sit on the couch while you
just
wait
don't
till
do it
you-
around Mike Riley.
Or
wrong with
no,
him?
do it around Mike Riley.
Why is this an issue?
He is disgusted by people brushing their hair. So
That's-
I think mine might actually be longer.
I don't know.
Mine usually goes down to like right here.
Yeah, when I like to play with my nipple with mine.
Okay, that's interesting.
That's kind of gay.
You also have to remember my hair is curly. What is going on with this thing? Oh my god.
You got to fix it. There you go.
You know, I'm not the smartest person on the planet. I hope you know that.
Do it to the
Flip.
other
You
one.
gotta-
The other
do
one.
it this
There
one,
you
yeah.
go. No, we'll
Hey.
get there.
Took me a second.
So anyway, you got told you were gay today. You did some pruning. That's good. Being called gay and pruning.
Typical day.
What
I
else?
saw one of my friends at a gas station a couple months ago, and I talked to him for a while because it was lunch. And ever since then, the guys have been calling me gay.
They think that that's your boyfriend or
That's
something?
what they've been saying. I was tu novio.
He's learning all the good things.
see they're treating him well.
Yeah.
So we talked about this before you got here, that Nathan used to sit and watch us work when we worked for him at his landscape company that he had. Did they do that to you at work? They just make you go and weed eat everything and they just hang out on the mowers?
Yeah, it's been happening the last week a lot more than usual.
They're like, it's okay. The gringo will do it.
yeah, it's like they'll be like, here, you're going to learn how to start trimming bushes. So I'll trim the bushes. And they'll be like, all right, now you can rake it up. Now you can blow it all up. All right, let's go.
You know what? You got to start somewhere. I mean,
Well, I told
it
him
builds character.
he's 18 and he can't even drive for the company till he's 21. So if he decides that he does want to stay in this,
We'll teach him irrigation where he can actually make some money.
learn the business while you have this time of not being able to drive. So you can't really you could probably be a crew leader, if you show them that you know what you're doing. But then, like, you can't really do anything till you're 21, so it just gives you training time.
Oh my God. Are you going to come do snow removal?
Hopefully not.
He's definitely going to come do snow
Yeah,
removal.
we'll take him out there.
I don't know if I got the tires for that. That's my only issue.
Well, no, you won't.
Oh, no. There's the Hollis family Ubers.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'll go pick a lot of people up during snow season and drop them off, so you'll be fine.
All right.
He can ride in with Roger.
Yeah,
No, that's all right.
that's fine. All right, so what else? What else going on?
What outside of work? What else? What do you have going on?
I have a girlfriend.
He was gone last week for a whole week, and so like we got a feeling to what it'd be like with no one there, and it was a little lonely.
Yeah, he texted me like 4 times, being like, "So you ever gonna come home?"
I also texted him like 3 days in, and I was like, I guess Bennett's going to starve to death, or the dogs are going to starve to death.
Are you going to move out soon?
No, I'm too broke for that.
And then I said,
Milk it while you can.
And then I texted him and I said, I guess these groceries are just going to stay in the back of the car.
Yeah, he did text me that.
All the things that I usually have him do.
Oh, I love it when Sam's at the house. I just make him do everything. I don't take out the trash. I don't do the dishes. I don't do shit when the kids are at the
I can
house.
tell.
I think that he just was throwing shade at your fatness.
I was.
The meatballs from the SpaghettiOs have taken their toll on me.
That is true.
SpaghettiOs are good though.
Yeah.
I was actually on the way here. I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop at the grocery store. I'm going to get a can of SpaghettiOs that we can put over here.
I would like to do that, and then we'll post again, and I'll like tag that guy that said it so he can see.
What's the lore behind the SpaghettiOs?
Some guy, we were talking about. We'll talk about it now because we can talk about whatever we
We can
want.
talk about whatever we want.
We're talking about salary versus hourly work.
People get real mad about this.
And so what the point that I was trying to make, which you probably, I get it. You probably couldn't tell much in the clip, but I was saying what I did not say is a salary is based on a 40 to 50 hour week. That's what I didn't say. Sometimes you're going to work 50 hours a week. Sometimes you're going to work 40 hours a week. Sometimes you're going to work 30 hours or 35 hours. If you work more, take the day off tomorrow. That's how salary works. And people were losing their minds about that. Did you read any of those comments?
I don't have TikTok.
You kinda
all your comments are on TikTok.
There was 200 people that commented on all that.
Mad at us.
So anyway, so some guy says on there, because it was me and Joseph talking. Joseph was where you're at. Riley was over there. And the guy says, what do these guys do for a living? They look like they're
They test meatballs for SpaghettiOs. And so I need to know. So last week the kids were with me all week because they were on fall break, and we went out to Mexican one night, and we were all talking about it. And I told Sam and Oliver about this joke. They died. They thought it was the best thing ever.
Yeah,
That's
whoever
a great
said that
insult.
was
It's like the best fat joke I've ever heard.
I know. Yeah, he was totally calling
Anybody
us
can be
fat.
like, you're fat.
But then I was thinking about it, and like when I was talking to Zach the other day, he was like, "Well, think about that though. That would be an awesome job." And I'm like, you know what? That would be awesome because I like SpaghettiOs.
I do too.
You know what I do to my SpaghettiOs? I hit it with some Danos.
You put Danos on everything.
He does.
Because you know what, Danos needs to give me some kind of sponsorship here because I can show you I have all of the Danos and I have backups in the cabinet
That is
for
true.
backups for the backups. Because look, Danos has a flavor for everything, and all of the other seasonings that you get, if you put just a little bit on it, you're like, shit, this is way too salty. But Danos, you hit that thing, and it's just seasoning. It's not a bunch of
who
salt.
could use some Danos? White Castle.
I agree.
Let's hear about White Castle. You went to White Castle the other day. I didn't know that you'd never been there before.
No, I had been there. Never sober, but I have been there before. And I hate White Castle. I like
too.
Crystals.
I was going to say I'm a Crystals guy myself.
But this started because one of the guys we work with, Jason, he gave me the list. These are the fast food restaurants he had eaten in his life: McDonald's, Burger King, and Whataburger.
That's it.
That's it.
so you're trying to make this guy fat.
No. Jason asked me, he's like, hey, I'd like to try these. Let's go on a fast food world tour.
Okay.
Okay.
And so like once a week or once every couple of weeks, we'll just go have lunch on like a Tuesday. And we'll just pick a random fast food restaurant that he's never
That's
been
what
to.
it is.
And so, and it started because we were talking about Crystals versus White Castle.
Jack is. I don't think Jack had ever even been to a White Castle, but he's tearing up those White Castles that you get from the store.
No, those are even worse.
No, I haven't had those in forever.
Well,
They
that's what I'm
suck.
saying.
So-
He used to live on them. Anyway.
So then Rico jumped in on this and he's like, I want to go. And I'm like, Rico, you don't want to go do this. Like,
we're gonna talk to Rico about his food problems.
we are.
Next week.
I'm like, you don't eat fast food and you definitely don't eat hamburgers. You don't eat hot dogs. What are you going to fucking eat? Well, Jason has decided that he wants to eat like whatever the signature meal is of whatever restaurant we go to. So we went. So he's like, basically, he's going to go to a restaurant. He's going to order the #1 combo, and that's what he's going to have. And so Rico's like, yeah, I'm going to do that too. I'm like, this is just going to be bad.
What is it? Just like a three or four?
It was a four
burgers and fries.
Yeah. And so like they're eating it. And they're like, this is awful. And I'm like, yes, I told you from the beginning that White Castle is awful to begin with. And now this is where we're starting. But Rico's trying to like slide in fancier places. He's like, what about ML Rose? I'm like, no, that's not what this is about.
That's not fast food. We've had this discussion before.
Yeah.
Fast food is like a drive-through, not like, because even these fancy places now, especially since COVID, put like fast or like drive-through things in. No, this is not that.
No, we're going to go to Checkers.
McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, White Castle, Crystals,
Captain
D's. All of that is fast food.
So you know how sometimes you go to McDonald's, because I know you eat McDonald's, right? You eat McDonald's.
Not
You're
much
fucking-
recently.
He's a Sonic guy.
I
All
am.
right, fine. Sometimes you go to what the fuck, we're using McDonald's. Sometimes you go to McDonald's, you order a double quarter pounder, and it's just cooked and seasoned perfectly.
Yeah.
That's correct.
And you're like, and then sometimes you get it's just fucking garbage, but
Yeah.
it's cooked perfectly. The other day when I texted you when I was in the Captain D's drive-through
Mhm.
and I waited forever, it was cooked and seasoned perfectly.
Yeah. And so it was okay that you had to wait that long.
Yes. And I was like, why can't it always be like this?
I don't know.
But White Castle, no flavor.
No,
None.
it tastes like you're eating nothing.
Yeah.
Because I remember a while ago,
It's like food replacement taste.
it really is.
Yeah.
I remember a long time ago, I know all three of us, Sam was there, Madre was probably there.
Oh yeah,
We did like the
buying a
mattress
couch.
store,
Yeah,
yeah.
we were buying some couches and over there off of Thompson Lane.
Oh, because it's right across from that White Castle.
And I remember going over there and I was like, wow, this is horrible.
Yeah, that's
Well,
the one,
we-
and that's the one we went to.
I told Nikki to take Jack over to that one because at that point in his life, like they would tear up those. It's like a 6-pack, in the freezer section of the store, and they would eat the hell out of those things. And I was like, take him to show him that there's a real thing. And of course, I think the ones that are frozen are probably better than those.
I don't know. It was pretty. I'll be honest with you. It was pretty. I love crystals. I'll go to
It's
crystals. I'll
still
tear up
trash food.
It is.
crystals. Yeah. I mean, everything that I eat is trash food.
You know what the best part about a crystals is like when it's got like a little soggy on it.
Yeah.
And you hit that thing, you got a little onion in there and some got a little taste of mustard. But it's soggy a little bit.
When I think of crystals, I think of when we were kids, the crystals in Belmead, and they used to have crisscross cheese fries. So it was just waffle fries, but
Oh, yeah.
it had cheese on it. And then that shit went away.
Yeah, they never bring anything good back because it's unhealthy.
What's your favorite fat? Oh, you said Sonic.
No, it's not my favorite.
I said Sonic.
Oh,
My favorite, probably Chick-fil-A or like Popeyes. I like chicken.
I like chicken. I like Popeyes. I like
like
Popeyes
chicken.
a lot. You know what I don't like anymore is Zaxby's. I used to love Zaxby's.
Same.
It's gone to shit.
I like it, but I think we had it too much for a while. You know what you need
Yeah.
to try out because you like chicken. You need to go get you something from Bojangles.
Oh, I love Bojangles.
I don't like Bojangles other than their
Why not-
biscuits.
why
Their
don't you
biscuits
like
are
it?
delicious. I don't know. I just don't like it.
I feel like it used to be better.
But I do love Popeyes. And every now and then we'll Uber Eats damn KFC because she wants their mashed potatoes. Caitlin loves their mashed
I
potatoes.
haven't had KFC in so many years and I don't intend to.
You can get you some like Popeyes is like supposed to be Cajun, so you can get you some red beans and rice in there.
that sounds good.
I love Popeyes. We were sitting at home. We were probably drunk, and it was like 9 o'clock at night, 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And Caitlin's like, I really want some Popeyes. I was like, I got this. It's on Uber Eats. I'll order it. I waited an hour, and they canceled the order on me.
Why?
Oh, they don't have what you ordered. I just ordered fucking chicken tenders. What do you mean they don't have what I ordered? So I had to order from somewhere else. It was very disappointing.
You know what? Being in Fairview, you don't have the luxury of like Uber Eats and all that kind of stuff. Maybe you do. I don't know. But I've done DoorDash twice for work, and it was both for like when the guys came in.
It's expensive.
The guys came in to install the cameras on the trucks. I got them some DoorDash. Because they wanted some kind of weird thing. I'm like, I ain't going anywhere. So I was like, let me do this. Messed it up. I did it again for another situation similar to that. Messed it up. I'm not ever using any of that stuff.
How do you mess it up?
I didn't mess it up.
Oh no, they fuck the order up all the time.
The one was like after 45 minutes, it's like, if they send you an email like these 4 things they don't have.
Yes.
Sorry about that, by the way.
Well,
and so like the 4 guys are here and like 2 of the guys don't get to eat because their food didn't come.
And I get, because usually if I'm ordering Uber Eats, it's because I'm starving and I don't want to go anywhere.
No, you need to take your lazy ass down the road and just get you something.
You're not wrong.
You got a Fat Moe's right around the corner.
And you know what? I haven't had Fat Mo since I was probably his age.
Well, that's what I'd be. That'd be my default.
Well, that's on the list of places we're going. But anyway, but I am so angry whenever my food arrives. And it's always my order that's missing. Oh, we're going to order McDonald's. We're going to get the kids. We're going to just get a fucking shit ton of chicken nuggets. But my burger is always missing. So I just have to not eat.
Yeah, but the food's already expensive. And then they tack on it more expensive because of like delivery fees and stuff. And then you got to tip the guy. There's no point in doing that. Jack, you ever done Uber Eats or anything?
Yeah, for that first few days we were at her aunt's house, we were doing Uber Eats because she left us like $100 gift card.
Did you notice how it's more expensive? So if you wanted something from Chick-fil-A that's like $7, it's like automatically $12 and then delivery and then tip.
I think tipping should not exist. We should just pay people.
Well, tipping should be in the restaurant. Here, this will be a good TikTok clip talking about this.
Hold on.
Tip thing pisses me off. Go ahead.
Somehow, it doesn't matter what you order on Uber Eats. If I order a double quarter pounder combo just for me because I'm at home on vacation and I don't want to go anywhere, it's $60. If I order 2 double quarter pounder combos, it's still $60. Somehow, it's always $60 fucking dollars.
I know.
That's just ridiculous to pay that amount.
I agree.
I mean, food's expensive as it is, and then to pay those fees on top of it. When I learned this is when that guy Sam would come into work, and he just lives off of that stuff. So he's looking at the Cracker Barrel menu or something. If you wanted Cracker Barrel and something,
$100.
If you go there, it's like $12 for this meal, and they just tack on an extra $5 on it. I didn't know that they did that.
Sometimes when the kids are at the house, because they sleep till noon, Caitlin sleeps till like 8. I get up at 5 on the weekends anyway. And sometimes I'll order IHOP or Cracker Barrel just so I can be like, hey guys, here's some food. Wake the fuck up. Instead of cook it because I don't cook.
No, they're just going to sit there.
$100 every time.
It's just too much. This is what drives me crazy about tipping.
Ooh.
The tipping thing is out of hand because
Everything wants a tip.
I'm one of those people that feel bad if I don't, like, I go to Jersey Mike's every day. My meal's $11, and every single time, any of the people aren't even paying attention, nor do they care. The thing comes up, and I feel like an asshole because I go in there every day. The problem is I go in there every day, so I don't want to have like this, hey, this is a guy that sucks. Because usually when I find
that's that non-tipping motherfucker.
But the thing is like, in general, it drives me crazy. Why do you have to tip on everything? If I go sit down at a restaurant and you come and you serve the table, I'm going to give you a tip. And I'm going to give you a great tip. If you deliver a pizza, well, it's customary. Give the guy a few dollars for a tip. But now it's like tip everything. If I get a cup of coffee, they want a tip. You get anything, a tip. It's like you just tipped out.
Like if you go to a restaurant like Edley's where you order, they give you a number, then you go sit down. They're like, give me a tip. Do you want to tip 15, 20, or 25%? I was like, I want to fucking tip 0%. Because you're not going to refill my drink. You're not doing anything for me.
Yeah, you just walk my food out here. You walk my food out here.
And that's at the best. How about the places where they call my name and I have to go pick it up and they still want a tip?
Yeah, like Hattie B's type situation, because a lot of them are moving to that. You pay for your food, you put a tip on there, and then they bring your food out. It's like, so you're tipping before you.
And that's the last time you see them.
I know.
Like I have to go. My fat ass has to go refill my own damn drink. That's unacceptable.
Look, listen to this one. That's messed up. This is the one that I hate more than anything. Jade Walk here in Fairview, the Chinese restaurant. Love it. Great food. It's always perfect. You order it online and it won't let you check out until you leave the tip amount. Okay, I can get behind that. Leave 10%, and it makes me mad because I want to tip after I get my food so that there's no maybe I'm going to spit in this guy's food because he didn't leave me a tip.
At least with Uber Eats, you can adjust it.
So you're at the end of the order, you're about to hit submit. Say you put $5 on there. You go down to the place. They print off the receipt because you have to pay for it down there. The total's just online. You pay for it down there. And so it's got the tip on there, and then it's got another thing.
Tip line.
So what always used to happen is I'd order the food, I'd put a tip on it. Nikki would go pick it up and pay for it. And I'd be like, why is this more than like this seems really expensive, because she was tipping on it and I'd already tipped on it. So now every time like we do that, I'm like, hey, don't tip because I already put the tip on there, which I don't know if she does it or not. But
what about for non-food things? Tattoos.
I don't like that.
I don't, because I feel like I always tip on. I always tip Ryan on tattoos.
I do too. I always tip on it,
and I always get mad about it. But I'm not really mad about it. But I ask you how much it's going to cost. It's a service you're providing. It's not like you're refilling my drink. Like, it's a weird thing. And then so like I've even Googled this before because I don't know if it's appropriate to tip a tattoo artist because he's the one that told me how much it costs.
Yeah.
Actually, Ryan never tells me how much it costs.
Well, here's the problem with that is if they say, okay, well, this tattoo is going to be $500, you got a good deal on it because tattoos are expensive as shit now. But if say it's $500, well, say that they want to have put a tip in it themselves, it could have been $400 and them just tell you $500. I get that they're paying for their spot, like in the whatever studio they're at, so they have to pay
I get that.
But then like leave another tip on it. But the problem is if you're spending $500 on a tattoo and then you're tipping 20% on it or 25% or 50% on it, that's a lot of money.
Oh yeah. Like Caitlin and I went, in June and got our last tattoos, and, we always do it together. So I'm paying for 2 tattoos. It comes out to like $1,000. Am I giving you a $200 tip on this?
Well, that's
nope.
I mean, that's a little bit different than food. It's not like you're going to go in there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
He's not going to be like, and mess it up.
I'm sure that all 14 of your listeners will critique us on the proper way to tip a tattoo artist. And I'm not trying to be an asshole to tattoo artists. I just don't know what the appropriate thing to do is.
It's not just with tattoo artists. It's like with everything. What's another tipping thing?
Like not food and not tattoo related?
Yeah. Yeah. What's another one out there? I'm trying to think.
There was one, I can't remember there's something recently that I bought that I had to leave a tip for.
I think me and Zephyr have gone to like bookstores.
And
we check out and they ask me for a tip. For what?
And I think that they do that whole, if they're going to pay this much, they'll pay this much, right? They just throw it they just let the software ask for it, and then they're just like, oh, look at that. It's
the problem is what I preface this whole conversation with. I am that guy that's like, well, I feel bad. I don't want to look like an asshole, and that's what they're banking on. But look, people are going to come at us when I post this because I'm not saying that people don't deserve tips. I believe that they do. You go to a restaurant, you get good service, you get tip. And people, if any of the 14 listeners are out there have ever served me, then that I tip way more than I should.
I tip way more than I should. When we walk into Las Palmas, we know that the 2 waitresses and the waiter are fighting over who's getting us.
Yeah, that's how it is with me too. But you can't.
Now, I would like to say I've never worked in food service. Like, I went retail. I didn't go food service. I worked in grocery stores, and I've never done food service. But I lost my train of thought.
No, this is what makes me mad about it because I learned.
No, he said what he said. We should just pay them a living wage instead of them relying on tips and just get rid of tipping. Does that work?
Well, because you got people, because I do want to tip if I get something good. I don't think that there's a problem with the model. I think that this is why this happens, because I learned this when Hayden was working at Hattie B's, because he was getting paid like his base pay was like 15, 16, 17, call it whatever you want, dollars an hour. When he left there, because they do all that group tipping. So anytime you tip at a place like that, like Jersey Mike's today.
The back room gets part of it.
Well, what happens is they're like, all right, this shift we made $100 and it gets split between all of them. So Hayden was bringing home to where it looked like he was making like $25 an hour. So, that's what they're doing. So, but basically what's happening is these businesses, like we're paying these wages for these people.
Yes.
On top of that.
Well, that's why I'm questioning it.
I don't want to pay someone's wage.
Did you work at Boom Buzz?
Yeah, I worked at 2 Boom Bosses.
Yeah. Is it Boom Buzzes?
Boom Buzz.
Did you ever get tips?
No.
Say, I don't understand it.
I got $15 an hour for working in the back and making pizza.
Yeah.
I remember Virginia worked at a bar on 2nd Avenue, and she used to get into fights with the bar backs and shit because they would take half of her tips.
Yeah. Well, and they also have to tip out the waitresses too.
Yeah.
Or the waiters or waitresses. So they tip them out.
No,
they got to tip out the bar back, and then they can keep some. It's and the host, I think, because when I worked at Melon Mushroom, you got to tip the host, the bar back, and the waitresses.
I don't know why people got to tip the host. Honestly, I don't see the point in that. You walked me to a table, you went back.
Yeah,
and I've never been out of the country, so I don't know if this is. But from what I've read, like this is a very American thing.
Yeah,
it is.
Europeans don't do it. Japanese don't do it.
The problem is, I don't think it's our generation that has an expectation of it. It's his generation.
Well,
it's
his
your
generation-
fault.
My bad.
No, yeah, y'all fuck everything up.
We do.
Well, not even his generation. It's probably the one before him. It's
The one before me is you.
Yeah, we are the one before. Him.
I want to tip.
I know you don't like to admit this, but you are a millennial.
I want to tip. I know. I want to tip. That's what I'm saying. I want to tip, but I don't like it when you're at a coffee shop and they flip it over and it's like asking you for a tip.
You made Starbucks. You made my coffee. Thanks. Why do I need to tip you for this?
I think-
I enjoy tipping. If I get excellent service.
Well, I love to bless people.
Yes.
Like here.
I don't look at it that way, but I just like to
I look at it like that. Like, look, you never know when somebody's having a hard time in life, any problems that they may have.
and that $75 tip might have made their
Exactly.
night.
Because there was times where I knew my water was going to get shut off the next day if I didn't come up with this money. And those people, and I'm not saying somebody might have that situation. I'm just saying that, like, I like to tip in those type situations. But when it's like, boom, 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 everybody's working, trying to get something done, and nobody really gives a shit where that you're even tipping, and doesn't even know that Joseph Hollis left this $20 tip here on this Hattie B's food. It's like, it's just going to them to pay their salary.
We have that Pizza Hut right there on Richards Road, right next to our house. And when we first moved in, we would order pizza from there, and they didn't use DoorDash. They still had
Delivery drivers.
They actually had delivery for years, and there was 2 delivery drivers, and one of them was just this older dude, and he'd deliver, and he'd ask me about Dad, and I'm like, I didn't know Dad ordered Pizza Hut, but okay. And he always would call me if something was wrong. I mean, we're talking
that kind of service.
We're talking.
Yeah, it's good service.
We're talking that this Pizza Hut is
literally walking to
your house. It's right there. It's real close. But he was always happy, and I would always. And then there was another guy who was terrified of our dogs. So if the windows were open, he would call me and be like, "I'm not coming to your door." I'm like, okay. So and then it got to the point where he would come to the door and I'd open, and he's like, "Well, where are the dogs at?" "Oh, here's your stuff, blah, blah, blah." They didn't have Dr. Pepper. Last time I called you about this, you just said, just bring me a Pepsi or whatever, and they actually, and I would always tip, 20% on a delivery, which I think is excessive on a delivery.
Yeah.
But they were always like, "We really appreciate the tip." And then I guess they got rid of them.
Got rid of the people?
They got rid of the people. So if I order on Pizza Hut, I have to wait for DoorDash to come get it. My order is always wrong. And I'm like, "Well, where's my other pizza?"
Yeah, and they don't give a shit.
They're like, "Well, I don't speak English." Like, you have to call the restaurant. I'm like, I don't want to call the restaurant. So I've started going up there just going up there and getting it on Friday nights when we have pizza night.
I mean, if you can't walk that far to not have to pay the delivery fee anyway.
Just for clarification, I don't walk to get it. I drive to get it.
You're a sad man.
What's weird?
It's not really that close, but it's very close.
I'm very conflicted on it. We had a situation the other night. We had a big Amazon order because we had to order a bed and a couple things. So this guy delivered, like, he had to go to his vehicle like 4 times to get all the stuff to put on our porch. And in a scenario like that, I wish I could have given that guy a tip. Well, the problem is that, one, I don't have cash, which I'm sure that most people don't carry cash around.
Correct.
So you can't do that. But I don't want Amazon to be like, do you want to leave your, because I'm like, no, because then people feel obligated.
Yes.
But I wish I could have like been like, hey man, here, you know, like an Apple Pay type thing. Let me give you $5.
When we had our couch delivered by Rooms to Go, like I didn't know if I was supposed to tip those drivers. I paid the delivery fee to have it delivered. I had no choice because you can't just buy shit at Rooms to Go and bring it home. You have to have it delivered. But I didn't know if I was supposed to tip them.
Did you look it up?
I did. I panic about these kinds of things.
I know, I do too.
I Google all these kinds of things. I Google everything.
Well, I don't want to be a jerk about it.
I don't either.
And that's why I'm
these
saying,
two guys that delivered my couch, they were awesome. I actually went out of my way to not pay for them to set it up. Just drop it off in the living room and I will set it all up. I'll put it all together. I just need you to get it to my house because y'all won't let me just put it in my truck and bring it to my house. And so like they even set it up for me, even though I didn't pay for it. So I felt real bad. I mean, I had some cash.
Did you tip them?
I tipped them. I only had $20, so I tipped them $20.
I don't know. Is it customary to do? It seems like
I have
it would
no
be
idea.
something like that.
They said no.
Well,
I asked them if people normally tip them. They said no, but I felt like in that situation they earned a tip.
yeah. I don't know. It's just gotten so the lines are blurred with all of it these days in this in the society that we're in. It's just very strange that, you know, things that you want to tip on, you can't really tip on. And then just something as simple as like that Hattie B's example really drives me crazy because like if I had an interaction with you and like you provided me a service, then yes, I want to tip you. But if you're just taking my order and then somebody on the team is just, well, the Hattie B's needs to pay those people more money.
What about Titans games? When I go buy a beer from the concession stand, they ask me to tip.
Yeah. And then you can only buy like one or two. So you got to keep going back.
Yeah.
If you're with anything.
So the already expensive beer is even more expensive. They don't advertise the extra expense because then I panic and I don't want to look like an asshole. So I leave like a 15% tip. And that's on me.
Jack, what do you think about all this?
I think that they ought to make it to where they get paid normally. We should stop paying people who are cashiers. That's stupid. You know, if my waitress does a great job, how about I give her $10? How about that? And then that's good. She makes what, $15 an hour? Give her $10. That's a nice tip.
What's minimum wage now?
It's I don't know,
like
but this goes back to some of the comments that were on that post when we were talking about salary. And I agree with this, that if you go and you start a job and you say, you know what, I agree to working here for $10 an hour, well, then that's what you accepted. And so the problem that I had when I was
get what you negotiate.
the problem that I had when I was managing that group of people is like hire a guy in. Let's just use the $10 an hour example. We hire somebody in at $10 an hour. And they come back to me 3 weeks later. Hey, I need more money. Well, no, you agreed to coming in at $10 an hour, $20, $50, you know, whatever you want to call it. Because what happens is these people go and they start talking to everybody else about what they get
It's his
paid.
kind of people.
Don't bring me into this. It's
All
my
of them out on
generation,
those
not
trucks
me.
who can't stop talking about what they all make.
Yeah. Well, and the
yeah.
problem too is they all lie to each other about it.
Correct.
Because it's a pissing contest and like, I'm a bigger man than you and I make a lot more money than you. And so then that person gets mad and like, hey boss, need more money.
Yes. You're paying this guy. Well, he negotiated better than you. I don't know what you want me to say.
Well, that's the problem on the management side of it. I get it. On the other side of it, but at the end of the day, you accepted X amount for this job, whether it be $100,000 salary a year or $10 an hour. You accepted it. You signed the paper that said, yes, I will come and work for you for this amount of money. So if you want to make more money, well, here's the steps to make more money. Here's how you can make more money, or you can go find another job because thank God we live in a free country to where you can go work wherever you can get a job.
Move on.
I think it's funny. The guys, I won't say any names, but like they'll just start talking shit about each other. Like they'll talk to me like as a vessel. Hey, this guy, hey, that guy over there, he's ugly. And then I'll go work with that guy for a day. They'll be like, hey, that guy right there, he's got a big mouth. He needs to shut up. Hey, that guy right there, he's a bitch. Why are y'all telling me this? I don't care.
Well, what I've noticed, because I used to work out on the crew with those people, our Hispanic friends.
Well, the crews in general.
The crews in general. Well, a lot of this, I learned Spanish from just being, working on this crew for a couple years, 2 or 3 years, where it was like literally me and two Mexican guys and like one guy from El Salvador and one guy from Guatemala. That's the crew that I work with. So there's a lot going on there. And I always tell the Mexican guy, all the guys, I said, to Americans, you're all Mexican. And then the guys from El Salvador are like, I'm not Mexican. I'm not Mexican. Look, I'm just telling you what people, I know that you're not Mexican, but most Americans just think that you are all Mexicans. So the problem with it is you got me that speaks English. So those people think that like you have an upper hand because, and I would feel the same way if I was in their country. I don't know the language. I feel small. You know, I'm trying to, you know, I don't know what to do in this situation. So they look at you like you're like, you know, you speak English. This is where you were born. This is your country. But they're going to talk shit about each other.
You do look like one of them, though.
But
yeah, I've been told that my arms have gotten really dark because I roll my sleeves up every day.
Because the Mexicans are all bitching about the guy from El Salvador, and the Guatemalan hates the guy from El Salvador, but all of them hate the Mexicans.
Yeah, because they got to go through Mexico.
They got to go through Mexico to get. Well, this is pre border shutdown, but like they'd have to spend more money. I've had endless conversations with these guys about it. This is a real thing that happened to where a guy from Guatemala doesn't like the Mexican people just because they're coming up through the country and they're having to, hey, you can come through here for $1,000.
You have to pay us.
You have to pay, you know, and that's what they had to do to get here.
And then there's Hondurans.
And so now they're all so now they get here and they're working on a crew and they're bitching to Jack about how they all hate each other. It's funny, but the thing is,
out there.
It's the same with American people too. You get a crew of American guys sitting there bitching about what they get paid, and this guy's lazy over here, and then it's almost better that you don't speak the language because then you don't have to hear it all.
I don't have that problem. All of my guys speak. Well, yeah, all of my guys. They're pretty clear in what they want, and they can express it to me.
You see all those deer out there. Yeah. I took a video of one on Saturday morning. He was just going at it, eating the. What do they eat? They eat bugs, or do they
grass?
Eat grass? They're just sitting there munching on grass, just hanging.
I don't know.
I don't know about animals.
I don't research deer food.
Why don't we get Jimmy on the phone and be like, "Hey, what did deer eat?"
Maybe. All right. What else? What else you got, Jack?
Jack, what other than work and Zephyr? What do you have going on?
Not much. I went to Bass Pro the other day with one of my friends, and we just looked at guns the entire time.
I like that. Do I need to take you shooting?
Yes.
Okay.
We have, I don't know what they're called, but they're like Civil War era guns, like remakes.
No, we're not taking the black powder guns.
Come on,
no.
those are fun.
You don't know any better. I will bring guns. It's okay. I'll take you. We'll go to. I'm a member at Royal Range, so you don't have to pay. You just have to go.
My friend Johnny, he's really good with guns, and he was reading the manual to those guns, and he was like, oh yeah, if you do this, it'll explode. If you do this, it'll explode. You do this, it'll explode. And I'm like, okay, so just don't fuck anything up and I won't explode.
You know, it cracks me up if you think about just think about the Revolutionary War. And they're all lined up and they're like, all right, fire, and they all fire, and then the front line dies, and then then everybody's like
reloading their muskets.
They all step up. All right,
it's your turn.
So it kills the whole first line, and then George Washington's ass is like, "Look, I'm gonna go hide in the tree and start sniping people." That's how we won the Revolutionary War.
That's how he became president.
It's just crazy to think how just shoving the powder down in there and dropping your little ball in it and shooting people. I can't imagine.
I didn't know you had any interest. I'll take you shooting.
I'm very interested. I've been wanting a gun since a year ago at least, which is a long time when you think about it.
What kind of gun you want to shoot?
All of them.
We'll do a little bit at a time. I made the mistake with, I think it was Rico. It might have been Rico. I took him to the shooting range. It might have been him. But I was just like, all right, he's never shot any guns. So I would just load up one of everything.
Oh, God.
So I was like, here's a lever action. Here's an AR. Here's a different pistol or revolver. Here's just all the different guns. And then I'm carrying this big heavy bags. Like I got these bags, and he's like,
"You weren't one or two is probably fine to
guess." So I take the kids out there from time to time, so they know how to shoot. I mean, I would rather teach the kids to understand the guns and respect the guns and know how to use them than for them to be afraid of them. That's just.
I want to teach Zephyr too because she seems pretty scared of guns. Not like against them, but
I mean, I'll tell you who took to it. Caitlin, I didn't expect her to be a gun person, but her biggest complaint was she was tired of shooting my guns. So one night I got drunk and ordered her own gun.
I'm sure that really sucked in the morning.
And then I forgot about it.
Yeah.
And then I got the notification that it was ready for me to pick it up. Surprise, I also bought myself a gun at the same time.
How much was it?
It was a lot of money for two.
Guns aren't cheap. You know, I wish that I'd cared more. Same with the guitars. When the old man died, he had guns and he had guitars. And I wish that I'd really come through and found me 2 or 3 good guitars. And I wish that I knew more about guns so that like all of them wouldn't just gone.
I mean, the only thing that I got back from all that was a bunch of shitty 22s. So basically the only thing I ended up getting out of all of Dad's gun collection was the gun safe, which I almost sold. Daniel almost bought it. And I'm real happy that we didn't end up selling it to him because it's one of the best things I have is my gun safe so I can lock everything up.
How many guns you got in there?
20 something.
Good
Jesus.
Lord.
How big is it?
It's a big safe.
If anything comes down, like something, you know, some kind of shit hits the fan here in Fairview, I got all those muskets. But yeah. Excuse me, intruder. Could you please wait a moment while I load my gun?
I mean, you have all the black powder pistols too.
Yeah, they're all up in there. They're all in the box. It's like
We can't shoot those at Royal Range. We'll have to go to like OK Corral unless you know somebody with land. So we have to shoot those outside.
I mean, why would the old man buy that crap?
he was just into it.
For fun.
It was just
Yeah,
it's
but
not for fun because he never shot anything.
It's
Yeah.
fun to look at it.
But it
Look
He
at all
didn't
these
look at it.
guns.
he just stacked it in his room.
They were stacked.
He was ready for a zombie apocalypse.
There were
That's
so
what he
many,
was
and there
ready
were
for.
so many
He was
nice
ready.
guns. We got fucked on that one so bad.
Yeah.
And I didn't know as much about guns then as I do now. Like I had a couple.
R.I.P. Nathan for taking them all.
I had a couple guns, and I never really shot them before Dad died, and then after he died, and I really started getting into guns, and that was after I was going through the list because Nathan inventoried all the guns. They were not all inventoried.
Probably not.
And I'm going through this list, and all of them were sold, and we did all this and that. And I'm like, man, I wish I hadn't sold that one. I wish I hadn't sold that one. Like I got like 2 good guns out of Dad's collection. They're just a couple Henry lever action guns. So it's not even something that like I'm gonna use. I mean,
this was the one that Danny wanted.
I gave Danny one of them.
Mm.
I gave Danny 2 guns, and I regret it.
Steal them.
Well, so Jack went to Bass Pro Shop and did that, but don't you like want to go fishing and stuff?
I do want to go.
We need to get a John boat or something and go fishing.
That sounds like a good.
I'll
time.
do it, but I fucking hate fishing.
Why?
Sound really gay right now.
Why don't you like fishing?
I don't know.
I've been
And
fishing like once in my life.
I feel bad because so Caitlin's brother's really into fishing, and the boys love it whenever he comes out to the lake. They get to go fishing and they can do shit. And they're like, Dad, can we go fishing? I'm like, if you have to ask your Uncle Ryan because I don't give a shit. I hate fishing. Maybe from a boat it would be better. Maybe if I could drink some beer while I did it, it would be better. But
That's like the whole point. I mean, I don't do that.
I mean, fucking just sitting there on the shore, just
Yeah, doing it in a boat, like get a John boat. Because look, we can't afford a boat. I know we talk about a boat all the time.
we do.
But we can't afford it. What we can afford is probably some cheap little John boat that we can get and put a few people in there and go out and do it. So where can you buy
Charging your vape?
Where can you buy John boats at?
Amazon.
Facebook.
Yeah, I guess you could actually buy.
I mean, I look at boats on Facebook almost every day.
and I'd give that guy from Amazon a tip if he delivered me a boat.
When we went to Bass Pro, me and my friend Johnny, we just sat there for like 30 minutes looking at these $40,000 boats. We're like, yeah, I could ride this. I could fish on this thing.
I mean, so Caitlin's parents used to have a jet ski and a pontoon boat, and we would go out all the time. And eventually, they got rid of the pontoon boat, and they just got a little speedboat. Speedboat. It's not. It goes like 35. I guess that's fast. I actually don't know what's considered fast on the water. 35 miles an hour seems
Sounds pretty
damn
fast. Yeah.
Yeah, 35.
Well, they got it so they could pull people better, and that's fine. But like, it's not like I get to go out there and just drive it.
Yeah.
Like I'm just a passenger, and I want to be in control, but I don't want to be like, hey, Ronnie, Why don't you let me drive this thing?
No, you don't drive another man's boat.
Exactly. But also, the last time we went out and
You can ride in another man's boat, but you don't drive it. You don't ask. If they invite you,
correct.
you could, yeah, that's okay.
So the last time we went out in this boat, which is more of this type of boat that I thought I would like to have, it's just too much work.
To what? To take it
get
out,
it there,
get it
to
in.
drop it in, to get it out. You got to clean it.
Yeah, that's why you just go rent one. You just go rent a boat.
But where do you wait, you just go rent that giant pontoon boat on Percy
No,
Priest?
there's other places. Like if you go to Florida or something, there's one on every corner you can
People are
rent.
going to yell at us about our lack of boat knowledge.
Yeah, that's
Probably.
true.
And your dislike of fishing.
I do. I hate that I hate fish. I don't hunt. I've never been hunting either.
I
I
haven't
haven't either.
Jimmy gives me a lot of shit about that. He's like, what do you mean you've never been hunting? You're from here.
I've never hunted either.
I remember when I was like 8 years old, I shot a robin off the bird bath with my BB gun, and I felt bad. To this day, I still feel bad about
You
it.
should. That's horrible.
I know, right? So I just know that shooting an animal is just not for me.
Yeah, I'm not into killing animals, but fishing, you just take it out, look at it, be like, yeah, I caught that, and throw it back in.
Well, I wanna do the whole process. That's why you get a John boat. They're a little bit easier to manage, and you can go out
Like the boat that we floated the Harpeth in.
Yeah, and you could take it out to Montgomery Bell. You could actually pull a John boat with that Equinox. You could take it to Montgomery Bell, get it out on the water, catch you a couple fish. I want to take the fish home and clean them up and cook them, and then sit there and have the meal and know that I did all of that. Because what's a shame about us and a lot of people that we know is like, if it all went down, I'd be screwed. I don't know how to do any of those man things. Never been hunting.
Well,
Never really been fishing.
I mean, I know how to shoot a gun.
Yeah, but how are you gonna like?
I have no idea. I have a crossbow. You want to
I
shoot
have a crossbow.
He's got a crossbow too. It's
I've got a
pretty
regular bow too. And
Do you have a
little
crossbow
miniature one.
target?
I know I have a target for a regular bow. I don't know if there's a difference.
There is a difference. When I got my crossbow, I was like, I've only shot it once. I was like, this is awesome. So I went out in the backyard. I was at the entrance to the sunroom, and I aimed at a tree about 30 yards away, and I let go, and that arrow's still in that tree to this day.
Oh my
I
God.
can't get it out.
Yeah. What is
bolt.
the difference in the crossbow? Does it make it where it's easier to pull it out or something? Like a crossbow target?
Well, if you shoot my understanding, if you shoot like a regular target, it's just going to go through it.
Yeah.
Because the feet per second is so fast from a crossbow. So you have to get the crossbow targets. I was going to buy one. They were like $70. They're just real heavy.
Yeah.
And it can take that punishment. The reason I wanted the crossbows because I can't just go out in my backyard and just start letting rounds go because I live in Davidson County.
The crossbow's the same as us having those damn gunpowder things. The gunpowder gun. You still got to load it up.
I know, but I can go in my backyard and target practice.
You can't be like, excuse me, intruder, one moment, please.
Well, no, that's why I have real guns in the house.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can have.
I am not worried about intruders into my home.
Yeah.
You should be worried about intruders into your home.
Why?
Because you have black powder.
Yes.
And do you know how to load them?
No, I don't know how to do any of that.
We don't have black powder either.
I guess you got to go buy black
Me and
powder.
Johnny were looking for some at Bass Pro.
They have big containers of it and shit.
No,
don't they?
those are 44. They only had like 45s and 50 cals or whatever.
you really want to shoot a gun.
I wanted to shoot those.
I think it'd be good if you take him to
I'll take him
shooting because
Oh, yeah.
I lack as a father in those type situations because I don't know anything about it. It'd probably be
I
something
waited
good
till
for it.
I took because you can take kids to Royal Range when they're 10.
Well, I'm 18, so.
So on Oliver's 10th birthday, that's what we did. I made the mistake. So, obviously Sam is much larger than Oliver. Even at 10, he was much larger.
Yeah.
So like the Henry rifle that I taught Sam on is real heavy and real big. And so it was fine for Sam. Then I let him shoot the AR and he no longer has any interest in shooting the lever action.
Well, I don't want it to become like you ain't trying to be a gangster.
No,
or anything,
but
are you?
then I took Oliver when he turned 10, he couldn't pick that thing up. He's like sitting there. He can't hold it up. He's like this. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna shoot the wrong direction.
You got to be responsible. You can't just go out like capping people or anything like that.
It's like,
Can't carry for a few more years. So I think
Yeah, you got to be 21 to carry.
yeah.
But you can go and learn how to shoot and do all that.
yeah, I'll
kind of
take you.
stuff.
I'll teach you.
Hell yeah.
I love it. I love taking people who never shot guns before. It's like my favorite thing. That's why I took Rico. Man, Rico, he goes out there and he AR 30 rounds, sends the target down, takes one shot, brings the target all the way back because he wants to see where he hit. And then he'll send the target all the way back out. One shot, bring the target.
It's an
all the way-
automatic AR too.
It's not an automatic.
Oh,
You can't.
okay.
It's semi, but
Same thing.
You got 30 rounds. Just let the 30 rounds. Just have fun. No, he wants to see. He wants to see exactly where it hits every time.
Is he a good shot?
He's pretty good. He's all right.
I bet I'm better.
We'll find out.
Probably not.
Yeah, maybe we can make a trip, have Eli, because Eli will probably show us all up on it.
Yeah.
I can take one of you as a guest, and everybody else has to pay the $10.
I got a
lane
couple
fee.
gift
I'm broke,
certificates.
so you're gonna take me as a guest.
I've got gift certificates that we've gotten for Christmas from Nikki's dad. I just haven't been for Royal Range, so we could go and
You have gift certificates for Royal Range?
yeah.
I feel like I've gotten them like every Christmas for the last like 5 years.
Everybody's always like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I'm like, "I just want shit that I can shoot," you know. And
want
nobody,
belts.
they will give me, and I appreciate it. But my father-in-law every year for Christmas gives me 50 rounds of 9mm. And so the first time I took him shooting, he showed up. He's like, "All right, I'm going to stop at Academy. I'm going to get some ammo." I'm like, "That would be good. I'm tired of buying all the ammo." He shows up with one box of 50. He's like, "All right, I'm ready to go." I'm like, "That's going to last like 5 minutes, man.
Yeah.
We need like 200 rounds."
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else before we wrap it up? We've talked. Look, here's what we've covered today. We've covered death, almost death.
Nathan doing drugs.
He's going to hold on to the Nathan.
Oh
doing
yeah,
drugs
Jack's
thing.
revelation. Nathan
had
doing
no
drugs.
idea.
But it wasn't like he was a druggie.
It's not like he was a meth head.
Okay, well I wasn't sure.
He liked pills and some weed. There's nothing wrong with
What
weed.
kind of pills we talking here?
Probably oxys.
God.
you know.
You know, all of Dad's medicine he had when he broke his
Man,
leg.
those
and his
people,
motorcycle.
those people out there at Rockwood, they like their Percocets and stuff like that for sure. Nathan was always talking about that.
Maybe Nathan wanted to be the next Walter White.
So we talked about Nathan. So R.I.P. Nathan. This was we'll give this month to you. Freeman H had September. You got October.
Breast cancer awareness? Nah, it's Nathan Hollis month.
Yeah. She'll be November, so we can do it. We can do one.
Oh shit, we're gonna do a mom podcast too.
Yeah, so we got 3. It's like the trilogy for us: September, October, November, and that's the. And then when I die, you can carry on the Fairview Social podcast and do one for my month. But yeah, we what else? We talked about Jack wanting to shoot guns and
LSI.
fish.
He's gay.
Talking about how he's gay. People call
Apparently.
him gay at work.
We accept you.
That's all we talk about.
I think
It's
that
like,
Jack's hair is longer than yours.
Maybe.
So in summary, oh yeah, we talked about tipping. That was a heavy topic there, a
Chunky
hot
pork.
topic.
Yeah.
What?
Chunky port. It took a while.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a good topic.
I thought you said chunky porn. I'm like, what are we talking about here?
I don't think we're thinking the same things, man.
But we'll wrap it up. Jack, thank you for joining me.
Of course, I'll be back eventually.
And Joseph, I'll guess thank you for coming too.
You're fat.
Wearing the same clothes. Yeah. He is
You're
is
both-
a
you're
meatball,
both fat.
a meatball tester.
I love the SpaghettiO meatballs.
All
Let's go
right.
get some SpaghettiOs, dude.
Goodbye.